Hi everybody, it's Laura. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Today I have another layout that I made using one of the My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kits. This one was from October of 2024, and in this kit there was a beautiful collection from 49 and Market called Vintage Orchard. Now I say it was a beautiful collection. I happen to love 49 and Market, and I don't think there was a single collection that I didn't think was awesome. So whenever I say it's a 49 and Market collection, I always say it's gorgeous because that's how I feel. I love 49 and Market. So I'm starting out with two photos, and I'm going to add just a little bit of something behind them just to kind of offset them from the rest of the layout. I'm using one of the layering pieces that was in the ephemera pack, and I'm using some distress ink, and this time instead of just inking the edges, I'm also inking the surface to make it a little bit darker, once again, so that it will stand out a little bit from the background. And as I usually do, I'm cutting out the centers so that I can use that paper on another part of the layout or maybe even a different layout. But on this layout, I'm using the part that I cut off immediately, and I'm adding it to another area on the photo to create the look of layering behind the photo. And I just posted another video that I made using pictures from the same day and using the same My Creative Scrapbook kit. And then I'm going to be putting out two more videos because I have more layouts made with the same kit, and once again the photos are from the same day. And this was one of those days where the pictures that I took I thought came out really good, and whenever the pictures are super nice I really enjoy scrapbooking them. Sometimes I have photos that I really don't love, but I still want to document the occasion. So I'll usually make a scrapbook layout or two about those occasions. But when I really love the photos, sometimes I can kind of overdo it with the number of layouts. But it's all about having fun and enjoying yourself. So I did go ahead and make quite a few layouts with the photos that I took on this day. And these photos were taken when my family went apple picking. We used to go apple picking every single year when they were younger. And then after a while, we stopped going, but we decided to kind of revive that tradition this year. And we had a really good time. I'm really glad that we did that. Although I'm looking at the date and I can't believe that this was already 5 years ago. So I'm thinking maybe this year I can get everybody together, if we could all find a weekend day that we're free, and head up to the farm again and get some apples. They also have pears there. My understanding is that the pears are from storage, but that's okay. I happen to be a really big fan of pears. So yeah, that would be really nice to try that out again this fall. Now, summer is my favorite season of the year, but as I'm getting older, I'm getting to appreciate fall more and more. One of the reasons is I've become, along with the rest of my family, a big fan of Halloween. We just really love it. We have a lot of decorations for Halloween, so that's something that we all really like to do as a family. And even though my daughters are adults now, we're taking advantage of a lot of the festivals and the fairs and things like that that they have during the fall, and we've been really enjoying that. I think we started that probably 2 years ago, and last year I actually mapped out all of the different events that were available in our area, and we just had a really fun time. Every weekend we went to something different, and it was really enjoyable. And knowing that there are so many fun things ahead, it makes the summer ending a little bit less sad for me. So I use a number of those layering pieces to create some kind of shabby looking mats behind my photos. I have them attached to each other. One of them is on a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to put some fairly large banners underneath the photos to kind of anchor them on the page. I'm using two different pattern papers. One's a yellowish print, the other one is a green print. And the green banner is a little bit smaller than the yellow one. I'm going to layer the green one on top of the yellow one. But first, of course, I have to cut some fishtails. So first I fold the paper in half, and then I use my scissors to cut the fishtail into the center line. And then I wrap the banner around on itself to use one side of the fishtail as a template to make the other side. And then I inked everything with Distress ink in Vintage Photo. And I do that to the mats around the photos. I do that to my banners. And then I also use the Vintage Photo on a number of embellishments on the page. It makes sense to me that if I'm going to ink the edges of some elements, I should go ahead and ink the edges of maybe not all the elements, but most of the elements on the page. So I could take the banners and attach those down to the page and then attach the photos down to the page. But my preferred way of working is to create a photo cluster and then layer that on top of the page. That way it helps me to position it on the page. It helps me to center the cluster. I feel like if I put the banners down and then added the photos, I would have to end up moving things around. So this makes it a little bit easier for me. And this makes it so much easier when I am creating a mixed media background. But for this page, I didn't do that. I just used the beautiful 49 and Market pattern paper, and I didn't add anything additional as far as inks or modeling paste or sprays to the background. And here I'm using my scissors to bend up the edges of those mats that are around the photo just to make them look even a little bit more grungy than they looked before. I wanted to put something underneath the banner, so I tried that piece of lace. I thought that the yellow banner was just too long and continuous without anything to break it up. So I do end up putting something underneath the yellow banner, but I didn't really like the way that piece of lace looked. I thought it looked a little bit too big. So I went through a number of the embellishments that I plan to use on my page, and I inked the edges. And then I decided that I would store them in a little dish so I didn't lose them, which is something that I tend to do a lot when making layouts. I will cut things out and put them on my table, and then somehow they disappear. And you could see why, especially on the right-hand side of my mat. I have 3 pairs of scissors, a dauber, an ink pad, and lots of other stuff over there. So when there's a big mess, things do tend to get lost a little bit more. So I thought putting everything in a dish would help a little bit, and I think that it did. I didn't lose anything on this layout. I'm adding a couple more layers behind the photos. There were some pieces that had some like doily edges to them. So I put one on the photo on the left. That one's kind of an off-white with the doily in the corner. And then on the right-hand photo, I put a yellowish piece that had the doily kind of in the center. And now I'm adding some other embellishments to the page. Most of them are die cuts. Some of them have been fussy cut out from some of the other pattern papers. So on the background piece of paper, there are some apples that are printed. You could see the diagonal going from the lower left-hand corner to the upper right-hand corner. And I added some die-cut apples on top of those so that you could kind of see that diagonal a little bit more clearly. And then I also added some other embellishments. I have my title in the upper left-hand corner. And then I added some apples between the 2 photos. And then I also added some little apples to that sentiment that says lovely fall. That's on the lower part of the photos. I also put a little basket of apples on top of that sentiment lovely fall, but I go back later and I switch that out for a different embellishment. So now I'm ready to start attaching some of the embellishments down to the page. I do switch things up a little bit. One thing that I really like is the sign to the left of my photos that says gather here. I end up putting some embellishments near that, and it kind of covered up the sign. So as I was sitting here, I just kind of moved them to the side on my layout because I really like that it says gather here, perfect for a day of apple picking. So I wanted to make sure it was clear. So you might see in the final photos, it looks a little bit covered up, but don't worry, I fixed that a few moments ago, and now you can read the sign. I had trialed some tags on top of the photo on the right, and I decided that I didn't like the way that they looked and they weren't really necessary. So I removed those, and then I put the little apple cart on top of the photo on the right. But then later on, I decided that I didn't really like that up there. It just looks kind of funny sitting up there on top, and I didn't like the way it changed the composition of the page. So that's going to go away. And then I thought it would be nice to add a little bit of dimension to the apples that I have layered on top of the background paper. So I put a little bit of fun foam behind the apples on the right and the left-hand side of the photos. And then I decided to do the same thing to the title. I added a little bit of foam to that too. And I really like to use the fun foam. If you've been following me for a while, you may know that I use it all the time. I have tons of pop dots that I've gathered along the way. But the thing that messes me up with the pop dots is once you take off the backing and you expose the adhesive, wherever you put the embellishment, it's kind of there, and it's much more difficult to move embellishments that are popped up on pop dots around than it is to move embellishments that are popped up on the foam, because one side is highly adhesive and the other side is not. So I find it a little bit easier to use the fun foam. That's because I really like to move things around on my layouts, or at least have the option to move things around, but they serve the same purpose. And the nice thing about the pop dots is that they come in different thicknesses, although you can double up on the fun foam if you want a lot of dimension. So as you can see, I move the apple cart down to the bottom of the layout, and then I put those tags back on top of the photo on the right, but they don't stay there. I think that those tags draw the photo cluster too far up to the top of the page. So in the end, those are going to go, but I do leave the apple cart where it is now. And then I had fussy cut out a little bird. I believe that's from some of the packaging, and I thought that that would look cute sitting on the corner of the photo. 49 and Market includes a lot of little sentiments in their ephemera packs, and my favorite ones are these little banners. They're kind of curvy, so I picked out one of them. It says "This Moment," and I put it on top of the photo on the left. And then I was thinking that this scarecrow that was also in the ephemera pack would look cute on the layout. At first I thought it was going to be a little bit too big, but I think that it works in that spot. I think that it looks better off to the side. It kind of adds to that diagonal rather than those tags, which kind of started the embellishments going in a different direction. So I think that just moving the embellishment over, even though it's a different embellishment, a little bit to the right changed the look of the embellishment. It made it kind of go along with the layout rather than fighting against it. So there was a butterfly that I finally put to the right of the word gather, and it kept moving around the page, but it finally found its spot by the title. And then I added a number of branches. I used some dies that were in my stash and some of the packaging from the kit, and I cut out a number of branches and I placed those all around the different clusters on the page. I love adding branches and leaves to my page. I think it adds a nice touch, especially on this layout where you have a lot of embellishments that are a little bit on the bigger side, so that adds like a nice little detailed look to some of the areas. And you may know that I love to add photo corners to my photos. I think it's something that just adds a nice little finishing touch to my layouts. And I always use, or not always, but I usually use my EK Success photo corner punches and some of the pattern papers from the collections, or sometimes the embellishments too, to punch out some photo corners. I like to ink the edges of the photo corners, and I always use my tape runner to attach those down to the page. I don't like to use wet glue on my photos, but I am using a little bit of wet glue. This is gel glue, and I'm adding this underneath all of those branches that I added to the layout to secure them down to the page. So you may have noticed that as far as the title cluster, I was kind of indecisive. A lot of embellishments kind of moved in and out of that cluster. So right now I have a butterfly on the right, that's going to stay there. And then I have a heart on the left with some of the die cut branches layered on top of it. Well, right now just one. I'm going to layer another one on there right now. But I wasn't too crazy about the color of the heart that's there. I felt like I needed a little bit of red in that title cluster. I don't have any up there, so I'm going to make a change to that cluster shortly. And although I really like that little basket of apples that was on top of the lovely fall sentiment, I found a slightly larger basket of apples, and I thought that that looked a little bit better there, so I switched out the smaller one for the larger one. And then this is when I ended up removing that brown heart and adding the red heart by the title. I also am going to add some apples to that little cart. I use the apples that were in that smaller basket of apples. I cut those off and then I layered those on top of that little cart. And I think that that looks a little bit better to have apples in the cart rather than having an empty cart. And I just got lucky that the little cluster of apples fit perfectly inside of the cart. I added some pearls to the layout. I used some medium-sized pearls on either end of both of the banners, and then I also added some smaller ones to the photo corners. And then I put some tiny white pearls on the "This Moment" sentiment. And then, as I had mentioned earlier, I didn't really love that piece of lace on the bottom. I wanted something there, but I didn't want it to be quite so prominent. So I switched it out for this little tiny notebook edge, like torn notebook edge that was one of the die cuts that was included in the kit. On one of the pattern papers, there was a branding strip that had little bees repeated all across it. So I fussy cut out all of those bees, and now I'm adding them in different spots all around the layout. Something that I think adds a lot of interest to a layout is to add embellishments of all different sizes. And so on this layout, the bees are one of the smallest additions, and I think that it just adds a nice little touch and something to see if you're looking carefully at the layout. And I think that's especially true for clusters. I always try to make clusters that have a variety of different size embellishments. I think if they're all the same size, it doesn't look quite right, and then it's also harder to make the cluster come together when the embellishments are all the same size. So that is my layout for today. Here are a few close-ups. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you either saw something that you might want to try on one of your layouts, or at least you feel a little inspired to create a layout or do something crafty yourself. Pretty soon I will have 2 more fall layouts up on my channel, so I hope you'll be back and check those videos out. Have a fantastic day, everybody. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.